Hey, welcome back to another episode of Donkey Kong Land. We're gonna try and finish out the canyon level in this. Pretty sure there's only 4 areas. Oh yeah, there's this. Every time you jump, it changes the direction. I guess, and also if you barely fall off the edge and try to turn around, it'll also do it. And if you run into boundaries, it'll do it too. Actually, honestly, I think you could probably just never mind. I was gonna say you probably just write it, but like, there we go. But yeah, like I said in the last episode, this music is very Kirby-like, especially like Kirby's Dream Course. Oh, I didn't see Porky Pig coming. Ooh, I thought I was a dead duck there. Thing is not as easy as to control as you would think it would be based on like other games that have similar mechanics. Like in Wario Land 1, I think, and one of the other Wario Lands, you have like a platform you do this with. I don't know, there's something about it in this one that's not as intuitive. But this is one of the levels I was thinking of that's like, you know, very... I mean, it's not like super difficult, but it's like, you know, when you pay attention to like the fact that there are like death pits everywhere and, you know, pigs coming out of nowhere, and the pigs like will literally just take you out like they took Diddy out a second ago. Oh, what was that? What was he standing on? Did you see that? I'm pretty sure the next level has like where you I'm pretty sure the next level has where you are like riding on, or you're having to jump across. Oh, I'm glad there was a checkpoint there. But I think the next cloud level over there is where you have to jump across the disappearing platforms. I think honestly, if you just time it, you can do it with one jump. Yeah. I just get really nervous on levels like this, where there's just like death pits and then, you know, random pigs that can just knock you out in a second. I haven't seen a lot of bonus levels yet, bonus areas yet, but I haven't really been looking either. I've just been trying to survive. Well, taken out by a shock. Got taken out by gravity. Watch out. Why are there beavers here? Doesn't really seem like the optimal place for a beaver to live, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Well, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not up on beaver culture. Although there is that, you know, that time in history where during World War II, they took beavers and made them into paratroopers so that they could like drop them. Uh-oh, this is not good. So they can drop them like in enemy territory so that they would dam up the rivers and stuff. Oh my god. The traction on those things are outlandish. But yeah, and isn't this where the bees were? Yeah. I think there's probably a... I was gonna say, I think there's probably a bonus area to the left and we gotta go to the right, but I guess I was wrong about that. Alright, and then the bees are here, so I'm just gonna get closer to this ledge. Hope I don't get taken out. Diddy is deathly allergic to bee stings, as you can see. I guess this is like where you have to really time it. There we go. I had a suspicion that there was going to be a flying pig there. I don't know, there was just something about it that was like, something's going to fly out of nowhere and hit me in the face. This game is not above having things fly out of nowhere and hit Diddy across the face. It's also not above making Diddy lose his footing and fall to his doom. Starting to lose my lives here. I figured this would be roughly around the time that started to happen, because when I remember Donkey Kong Land, I remember these levels, just simply because it's like how easy it is to fall to your ultimate demise. But yeah, take out the pig, take out that pig, and 3 pigs in a row. We're gonna eat bacon well tonight. Maybe even a little ham. Alright. Now it's just a waiting game. I'm sure that bee is either protecting something or it's just there to, you know, give me an existential... We're just now hitting the K. Like, is that a joke? Or is it like a gauge of how long the level is? Because, well, Donkey got that money. As long as Donkey gets paid, he doesn't care, you know? Or is it one of those things where it's like, you know, it just so happens that all of the letters are in the same spot, roughly. There we go. You know, that it's like, once you hit a certain point, you get all of the letters, and then it's like the end. Or is this really that kind of level? Oh, come on, there we go. Alright. You were probably supposed to go the opposite way that I went. I haven't hit a checkpoint yet. I think it's probably because I'm on the final stretch of the level. Alright, let's try it again. I got pretty close, I guess. I don't know. It's not really hard. I want to stress this, that it's not really hard. It's just that the traction, Diddy and Donkey's traction and stuff on this platform are not very good. You know, it's like they got toes and you know, toes that are like a hand and they could grip on, but they could just grip onto the platform, but I guess they refuse to do that. I guess a good pair of slip-resist shoes would probably be in order for them too. Alright, get to the left. There we go. It got me. Okay, there we go. Oh, I got myself. Is this the only level I've done in this video? Am I remembering that correctly? Hopefully I can get the KONG on that little stretch towards the end of the level so I can save it and never have to do it again until the next time I play the game, whenever that's going to be. But it's not going to be on this channel. I remember there being a couple of people back in the day of Let's Playing where they would do like a series, right? And then literally after weeks of the series uploading, they would be like, oh, like I didn't like the way it turned out, like 2 or 3 weeks after I put it up. I don't know what the logic was. Maybe it didn't do as well as they thought it would or something. And it would literally be like, within like a week or two of the series being finished, that they deleted all the videos, and then next thing you know, it's like, oh yeah, I re-recorded the series and I'm re-uploading it because what am I doing? Silly. Should have just let it go. Oh well, I can just do this then. Shortcut. That's what it was. So anyway, so it'd be like a week or so later, or a month or so after they did their series, and then it would be like, oh, I didn't like how it turned out, so I'm gonna do it again. And I'm just kind of the, it's your channel, do whatever you want, but I'm just kind of the opinion that it's kind of like that, how like people look at like something like the Resident Evil 3 remake, where it's like, it's not a bad game. It feels very rushed, But like, oh, is this it? Is this it? Oh, okay, God, I'm not doing extra crap. Anyway, like in the how it's like, well, you've already done the remake, you can't go back and redo it. You know what I mean? Like, you've already done the remake, like you don't have another opportunity. So it's kind of like, I can see like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years into it being like, oh, I liked this series, but like there were things that I wished I would have done or said about it that I didn't have the experience to do at the time, and I decided to redo it again as kind of like, it's been a couple years and it's almost like, here's the stark difference between when I first started versus, all the years of experience of stuff that I've built. Oh, pressure got me. That I built up. Like, I can understand that, but like literally I'm not happy with the way this turned out, and I just finished uploading it, so here's my next go around. And it was almost like, well, if you weren't happy with it, like and maybe this is from the way I do things, because I'm usually far enough ahead in advance that before episode 1 of any particular series goes up, except, when I first started, obviously, but like episode 1, let me grab the O before I do that, just in case it puts me further down. Usually when episode 1 goes up, like a series is already pretty far in, if not already done by that time, because I'm that far in advance with a lot of things. And that's kind of just a personal choice. Like, I get the feeling and I get the idea behind, like, a series being done, like an episode is done and recorded a week or two before it airs, so it feels very fresh and recent. And maybe even like recent events can be talked about, kind of like that South Park philosophy where like they'll make like an entire episode a week or two before it even airs, you know. And I get the philosophy and stuff behind it, and I can respect it, and I'm not saying one's better or not, you know. It's really just comes down to preference. But for the way I do things, it works better for me to be further in advance than like I was waiting for the fire to come out. Like, it works out better for me to just with the way my schedule works out and with a lot of stuff I've got going on, it works out better for me to actually be like about a month or so in advance. In some cases 2 months in advance. Here we go. Here's that level. Just simply because they don't come back, do they? But I already got Donkey, so that doesn't matter. Anyway, like it just, for me, it works out better to be far enough in advance that like I can, you know, plan things and have like, you know, if I have to like go a week or two, or in this case, like, I know, I think I talked about it in this series already, but like I changed jobs about a month or so ago, and I'm still technically in training, but I'm already on my schedule. And you know, I work 12-hour days, and you know, I can either work 3 days a week or 4 days a week, depending on how the schedule works, because it's on a rotation. Did they just get rid of espresso? That sucks. So working 12-hour days, now it's like, that wasn't fair. You know, now it's like, okay, well, I'm working the 12-hour days, but, you know, I might have like 3 days off in a row. And then there might be 1 week where I'm working like technically 5 days, but it's like only considered 4 because of the way it lines up with the pay period, you know? And so, like, there's still plenty of time to record and make assets and stuff. But, you know, I make my own thumbnails, and, you know, some of them could take like 2 weeks of working on a thumbnail, and some of them can take like 2 days. It really depends on how sophisticated they are, or like what all is going on, you know. And then sometimes it's one of those things where it's like you have to stay motivated to keep working on it, because I like drawing. It's fun, you know, enjoyable to me. I don't ever have any ambition to try and get like super duper good at it. Like, you know, I think I'm good enough to serve my purposes, and that's fine. I'm not trying to make money off of it. I'm not trying to like make a career out of it. I'm just doing what I'm doing and enjoying it along the way. I think this is the boss fight, isn't it? But let me finish wrapping up what I was saying, and then we'll take out the boss. I don't want to be like, you know, a virtuoso of like drawing. I don't want to like, you know, be super incredible. I just, like I said, I just have the ambition to be as good as I need to be to serve my own purposes with it. And I'm fine with that. And so like, you know, for me, it's like I'm putting the amount of time that I need to be as good as I need to be and maintain that. But like, I'm not trying to like spend, you know, 3 hours a day of my free time working on it. You know what I mean? The same thing is like I picked up playing guitar again after a 2 or 3 year hiatus with it, and ended up, you know, have been doing that for about a month or so. And so like that takes time too. I've gotten pretty close to where I was before I stopped playing, but like I was saying, you know, the more things you try to do, the less time you have for each one of those things. And I'm not trying to be an expert of any one of those. I'm just trying to be, you know, pretty good at it, or decent at least. But so just to finish what I was saying, you know, trying to be like a month in advance allows me to record a series, edit it, finish up the thumbnail, do everything I need to do for it, and that works for me. And you know, some people, oh, I forgot there was just this random mole enemy in this game that like doesn't appear anywhere else. I wonder if the moles from Donkey Kong Country Returns are based off of this or not. Oh. But like I was saying, just to finish what I was saying, you know, it gives me the time I need to do everything I need to do. And, you know, even at my previous job, I was working like 13-hour days. So it's not like I'm technically working more. It's just that I'm working more spread out because I had like 4 days off in a row. But, you know, I still have time to do things. I'm not complaining about it. I just kind of wanted to explain my reasoning behind like trying to be far enough in advance that I am to like still be able to do this stuff and not get overwhelmed with it. But I'm going to leave it there because this is a good place to end the video. Appreciate you watching. If you made it to this point in the video, I really, really appreciate it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.